What's going on with Pure Hyzer Productions? Are you filming next weekend? Are you filming insert particular tournament? Are you filming a bunch this year? What's the next project you're going to film? What's the next tournament you're going to film? I love your videos. I watched whatever video in preparation for this tournament. Are you filming it this year? Questions like this I get asked all the time. Even though it's been nearly a year since I've stopped doing Pure Hyzer Productions videos. I apologize for the format of this video. I have a nice camera. I'm doing it on my webcam. I could take the time to make myself a bulleted list of points I want to hit. But I don't know. It's just going to have to be off the cuff because I keep thinking about making it, and then every time I overthink it, I don't make it at all. But it's something that, I don't know, I feel I need to talk about, and maybe making this video will help people understand in some way, or maybe it'll help me. We'll see. So what I want to address is why I stopped making Pure Hyzer Productions videos, and what happened to the channel, and why I'm not still doing it. And let me just say, I'm super thankful for all the fans that I've gotten for the videos I've done over the years. It's crazy to me that it's honestly pretty rare for me now to go play a casual round at any course without someone recognizing me and, oh, you're the Pure Hyzer Productions guy, right? And what's the next thing you're filming? Whatever. Like casual rounds at my home courses or anywhere. Like, I was recently in Vegas visiting my fiance's family, and even going to small courses there, not Wild Horse, not where the big tournament was going on, just going to play like Mountain Crest. A little course that's never been used, as far as I know, in any prestigious tournament, or maybe any tournament. I don't even know. Even there, a couple people recognized me. I go down to SoCal to visit my family and play Lake Casitas, and people recognize me and ask about the videos. And I really appreciate it. You know, like anytime anyone asks, it's because they really loved the videos and they want to see more videos. But at the same time, after a year of answering pretty much the same question and going through the same spiel, I'm not even exaggerating when I say almost any time that I play a casual round or go to a tournament or play a tournament round, for that matter. I shouldn't even just say casual rounds. Like I compete in AM1, for those of you who don't know. And even in tournaments I play. You know, it usually takes 2 or 3 holes before someone on my card is like, by the way, I watched your videos. I really like them. And oh, thanks. When's the next thing you're filming? Oh, well, I'm not really. I've kind of stopped doing it. Oh, why? And then that leads to the conversation that follows, which I'll try to elaborate on here. But the frequency at which it happens is starting to become a little challenging for me. So I want to try to talk about it in hopes that it'll make it happen a little less. So here's the truth, guys. Anytime any one of you comes and tells me that you love my videos and you want to know what I'm filming next, or am I filming next weekend, or am I filming the tournament that I'm at with, you know, my disc golf bag on my back with my discs in it, with no video camera in sight, I still get the question, oh, are you filming? You see this bag with discs on my back? Like, I'm here trying to play. Anyway, sorry, geez, so many tangents. Okay, so I should stress before I continue that I am super grateful for all the fans I have, and it's awesome to know that so many people love the videos and so many people want to see more, and so many people are disappointed when I tell them that there may not be any more. Perhaps forever, perhaps for a while. But look, here's the truth, guys. It takes a lot of time and a lot of money to travel around and make disc golf videos like this. And I feel like I've explained this so many times that I just kind of go into this autopilot mode when I explain it. But people don't seem to get that. And people don't seem to get that there's just not the money in the sport to support it yet. And then when I try to explain that, people think that I'm some stingy asshole trying to get rich off of disc golf videos. And, oh, why can't you just, volunteer to do it out of your love for the sport or whatever it takes? And it's not that simple. Um, I do video editing work for a living, and I've been doing that since I was 17 years old. I'm 31 now. Started Pure Hyzer Productions, 3, 4, 5 years ago? 4 years? No, not even that many. Like 3 years ago. I don't even know. So I've been doing video editing work forever. I own my own video editing company. Prior to this year, it was just me. This year, I've hired some employees to help because I'm getting more work from clients that pay, which is awesome. So I'm focusing on building a video editing company that can actually sustain itself and be successful. And if I'm volunteering to spend my own gas money and use my own camera and use my own computer and my own software that I pay for and my own hard drives and my own memory cards, my own internet connection, etc., to go travel somewhere and film a tournament and spend 40 hours editing the tournament footage and putting together the commentary and everything that I used to do for PHP, I lose money. I literally lose money because, maybe it's a tournament close by and gas cost isn't too much, but all the time I spend working on that is time I could be spending working on video editing projects that will actually pay. And I'm not trying to be stingy again or get rich off of this or anything, but it costs money to survive. And owning my own company, I'm not an employee of anywhere. I don't have vacation time or sick time I can use so that I still have income during the time that I'm filming or editing disc golf tournament footage. It was just a losing endeavor for me. And while I sincerely appreciate all the gratitude I've gotten from fans and the support I've gotten from sponsors, I was still just losing money doing it. And it's nobody's fault. There's not enough money in the sport. Tournament directors don't really want to pay for their tournaments to be covered. I reached out to all the major disc golf companies many times. Most of them don't want to pay, or they want to just have some arrangement where it, might help me with gas money. But, there's no way to not lose money on this project or sacrifice all of my free time if I want to try to do the work I have to do to survive and then use my free time to, do more video editing work when it's already what I do 40 hours a week. I don't know. I'm rambling. But the point is, actually really quick, on the note of sponsors, I want to say, as some of you have probably noticed throughout the years that I did do PHP, MVP was my longest sponsor. They supported me for the longest time. They purchased full commercial spots in several videos. They purchased ad spots, logo spots in many others. And I had a great deal with Brad at MVP, and I'm sincerely thankful for his support of PHP as well. And I'm not sitting here trying to say, oh, MVP should have paid me more money. Like, no, they're a small company. I'm super grateful for the arrangement we did make. But after a while, I just couldn't keep doing it as a labor of love, so to speak. I fell in love with disc golf because I love playing it, because it's a really fun game to play. And this is public on PDGA. If you go look me up, you can see that, for example, I have the page open here. In 2015, when I was doing PHP videos all year, I played 4 tournaments, and I didn't do too well. And then if we go look at 2016, when I pretty much stopped doing PHP videos after March or April. March, I think. The last thing I filmed was in March. By the time I put it out, it was April. I played, I don't know. Does it say a total count? It doesn't. That looks like about 12 tournaments, at least. 14 or 15. I had a lot of fun playing events all year. And it's not just the events, it's that I had time to do practice rounds. And I had time to go practice putt. I wasn't spending my evenings and weekends editing disc golf videos for, 2 cents an hour. So I had time to play. And I was a lot happier, frankly. So the long story short is, or I guess that's not something I should ever say because I don't know how to make any story short, I'll be honest, is just that I couldn't afford to keep doing it. I either had to sacrifice my own income and blow through my personal savings by spending time on disc golf videos instead of work that paid so I could still have free time, or I had to do all the work I had to do to survive and then use my free time to work on disc golf videos and have no time off and just get super stressed out and body aches and back pains from sitting in front of a computer for 60 hours a week or whatever it took to try to juggle my paid editing work and my disc golf editing work. It just wasn't feasible. But something I do want to make really clear is that I really loved doing it. It was a lot of fun going to tournaments and filming and making the videos and putting them out and seeing all the positive feedback and gratitude I got from fans who loved the videos and fans who told me they wouldn't have signed up for tournament whatever if it wasn't for my videos, and fans that tell me, they were watching my videos in preparation for a particular tournament. All that. It's awesome. And I loved doing it. And still, to this day, I tell everyone every time someone asks me about it, it's my dream job. I would still love to do it for my job. But I cannot have my job be video editing and my hobby be video editing. Like, the reason I fell in love with something like disc golf, yes, is, like I said, I love the game. It's a lot of fun. But it's also that as someone whose job involves literally nothing but sitting in front of a computer, like no physical activity ever, I need my hobby to be something where I can get outside and be physical and not spend more time on disc golf videos. So for now, until there's more money in the sport, PHP is on hiatus. And I'm not saying I'm done with it forever. The thing I keep repeating when people ask me, when are you filming your next tournament, is when I get hired to film a tournament. That's when I'm filming my next tournament. And I'm not trying to make this to complain or say that tournament directors or disc golf companies or whoever should put money into it should be paying me to do this. I understand that there's not that much money in the sport yet. I mean, you look at some big events and it's like first place in MPO gets $2,000, $3,000 maybe. And there's supposed to be money to pay me to film for days and edit for weeks. I mean, there's just the money's just not there. And again, I keep stressing the same point. It's nobody's fault, but I just realized that if I wanted to keep doing it, it had to be a labor of love. And given that my job is already video editing, I couldn't keep it up. I'd rather play. I'd rather have free time. I'd rather spend my time in front of a computer doing video editing work for clients that'll pay me. Gosh, I feel like there were a few other things I wanted to touch on in this video. It's just been an endless slew of tangents, hasn't it? Just one example I wanted to give, just to give you guys an idea of the type of money that really is in it for video guys in disc golf, in this stage in the growth of the sport. Now, again, I don't want to call out anyone in particular because I don't want to blame anyone in particular. So I'm going to omit specific details. But, when I was first building up the channel and I wasn't making any money doing it, I kept telling myself, well, that's just because you haven't established a name for yourself, right? Everybody knows Spin TV. Everybody knows Central Coast Disc Golf. When my channel was new, it was like, well, nobody knows it yet. Of course nobody's paying me to film. Or of course I'm only getting small sponsorship deals that may help with travel and a few things. But the issue is that, the channel isn't well established enough. But then last year, sometime in the spring, I was contacted by the TD of a major event. I don't mean to say major as in, NTs and majors and whatever. Major as in a large event. I should say a big, famous disc golf event that any PDGA disc golfer has definitely heard of. An event with a good amount of money behind it, for disc golf events. The TD of that event contacted me, found my contact info on Facebook or YouTube or something, and had seen the Pure Hyzer Productions videos and was impressed and really wanted me to travel over more than halfway across the country, still trying to keep things vague, to film this tournament, which was 4 rounds. And that was, to me, when this TD first contacted me, I had been filming B tiers and C tiers and the occasional A tier around where I lived until now. But when this TD of this big event contacted me and said, we would like Pure Hyzer Productions to travel out to where this event is taking place, way farther than I've traveled to film any other event, I thought that was the holy grail. Like, I've done it. I've built the channel up to the point where I'm being contacted and asked to film at a big event. A big event that everyone has heard of, that everyone is going to watch. Every disc golf enthusiast who, cares to watch tournament coverage at all, they would watch this. So I was really excited, and I wrote back, absolutely, I'm definitely interested. Thank you so much for reaching out, and whatever, all that stuff. And after a couple emails back and forth, it became clear that the most they could offer to pay me, because they were also trying to get other video crews out there to film lead and chase and, Masters division and the women too, probably. The most they had in their budget to get me out there was $300. Not $300 a round, not $300 a day, $300 with no travel expenses paid. And like I said, I live in California. This was more than halfway across the country. I think I just looked it up. It was about like a 30-hour drive or whatever that would be in a plane ticket. So, and I did not have the option of just filming the last round. Like, if I agreed to do this for $300, I was agreeing to film and edit 4 rounds of disc golf footage. So $300 would have maybe gotten me there. Like, definitely not with a plane ticket, but if I drove, maybe. Gas money, food money, travel money. I would have maybe gotten there, and then I would have filmed for 4 days for free and traveled back home on my own money. Not to mention, wherever I was going to stay when I was there, if I couldn't find someone's living room floor to crash on, which I know the disc golf community is awesome. I probably could have. But, if I couldn't, hotel costs would have been my own money. Food costs during my stay in this other state would have been on my own money. And the time I spent being in this place for 4 days to film this event, and multiple days of travel on either end of that, would have been time that I could not spend doing video editing work that paid for other clients that are offering me paid work, where I would have to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't take this project right now because I'm out of town for a week filming a disc golf tournament for $300. And honestly, excuse me. And honestly, I'm sorry if the TD of this event sees this video at some point and thinks that I'm blaming him in some way, because I'm certainly not. But that experience was definitely a revelation for me. I realized, like, wow, I am being asked to film at one of the biggest events of the year. And I would literally have to lose probably thousands of dollars to be able to do it. It's not feasible for me. I kept pushing through it and kept filming small tournaments to try to establish a name for myself. Being okay with spending my own money and my own time and sacrificing my body, my happiness, whatever in the process, thinking that I was working towards this goal of being recognized enough to be asked to film somewhere big where I could perhaps make okay money. Again, I'm not trying to get rich. Could I just have like travel expenses paid, maybe some equipment costs covered, maybe my meal costs for the trip covered, and let's say minimum wage for the hours I spend behind the camera or behind the computer editing? No, that there's not enough money for that. And yeah, I can reach out to other sponsors and, get this ad and that ad and this logo and that logo in my videos for an additional $50 here and there. I mean, it just, the sport isn't there yet. It was a losing endeavor for me. Now, of course, you guys are probably thinking at this point, okay, well, how does Central Coast do it? How does Jomez do it? How does Terry Miller do it? First of all, I don't really know fully, and second of all, what I do know, I'm not going to divulge here publicly, but just to say some vague things, some people have good jobs where they have several weeks of paid vacation and sick time per year. And they have jobs where they make enough money that they can afford to take that time off, especially if it's paid vacation time anyway. But even if it wasn't, and I'm just not in that position. Who knows what the other guys, what situations they're in? But I get the feeling that for everybody who still does it, they're doing everything they can to get sponsorship support and fan support through Patreon and whatever else to cover as many of their travel expenses and food expenses and stuff as they can. But I still get the feeling it's still largely a labor of love for the guys that are still doing it. And, maybe the sport will be big enough in 5 years or 10 years that it won't. That it can literally, that can be someone's career. Hi, I'm a disc golf videographer. That would be awesome. I would love that. But it cannot be a labor of love for me, for the one simple fact that my job is already video editing. If my job was something else, where I got to be at least somewhat active, maybe drive around, maybe a job that involved some amount of travel, or even some amount of walking back and forth from one meeting room to another in a corporate office building. I mean, even that, I don't know. But if I had an active job, if I had a manual labor job, yeah, I could see myself using a bunch of my time, evenings and weekends, to make disc golf videos for fun, because I love disc golf and I want to do what I can to promote the sport. I could definitely see that. But I can't do that when my job is already doing that, is already sitting in front of a computer editing videos, and now managing a team of other editors who edit videos, helping with editing problems, whatever. So I think the main reason I felt like I needed to make this video is because I can't stand that almost any time I go to a disc golf course for a casual round or a tournament, apparently not even just around where I live, like in Vegas or in Southern California, or even like there's this course like 2 hours from where I live that's like one of those in the middle of nowhere courses. For locals who see this, I guess I'll just say it's Finnan Lake. You got to drive on this windy ass road out into the middle of nowhere. It's one of those courses where you're surprised if you see more than like one other group out there playing when you're there. Even there, like I even go to courses like that, and the one other car that's there is people that recognize me and they're like, "Oh, we were just watching your videos. When's your next video coming out? Oh, you're not doing them anymore? Oh, why not?" And I get really tired of going through the same thing again. But on the other hand, everybody who asks is asking because they loved the videos, because they're a fan. So now every time I go to a course, I'm thinking, who am I going to disappoint today? Who's going to ask today and be disappointed when I tell them the answer that actually I'm not really doing it anymore? And it just wears me down after a while. And I start to feel bad. And I start to wonder, like, am I hurting my relationship with my fans if and when the day does come that there's more money in the sport and that I can actually be hired and then make okay money doing it and start doing it again? Because, you know, I hear myself and, like, geez, for example, yesterday I was on the wait list for St. Patty's, a big A tier here. And I was next in line in the wait list in AM1, and I didn't get in, by the way, but because I was on the wait list for a tournament with Tea Times and I was very close to getting in, I had to hang out there all day with hopes of getting in. You know, it's not like Shotgun Start where you're on the wait list, you're close to getting in, you show up in the morning, and by the time players meeting is over, you know if you got in or not. You can leave. No, not with Tea Times. So I had to hang out all day. And, you know, I saw a lot of my friends and a lot of my acquaintances and a lot of disc golfers I like and get along with, and it was a cool social experience, even if I didn't get in. But probably, and I'm not even trying to exaggerate, I'm going to try to be as realistic as I can. I think I would say 10 to 15 times throughout the day, someone would ask me about the videos, and I'd have to go through the shortened version of everything I've said in this video. And, you know, a new day, fresh mind, I'm not feeling as negative about it. The first person who asks me, hey, what's the next thing you're filming? I can be like, oh, geez, I'm sorry, you know, I'm kind of on a hiatus, you know, I'm not really doing it right now. There's just not money in this. Oh, why not? And then got to explain it all. And by the time we get to the 8th person, the 9th person, the 10th person, hey, are you filming anything anytime soon? I just go, nope. And I try to, like, walk away because I just don't want to explain it again. But to that person who didn't hear me explain it, to the 9 people before him earlier in the same day, he probably thinks I'm a dick. He's like, I'm a fan of your videos. I love your videos. Well, what are you filming next? Nothing. Oh, why not? Oh, there's just not enough money in it. What are you filming next? Nope, nothing. Just, and then I feel like an asshole. But what's my choice? Feel like an asshole or take the time to sugarcoat it and explain every little detail in hopes that whoever it is will understand? You know, every single time I go to a disc golf course, anywhere, what are my choices? And by the way, if I take the time, if I take a good 5 or 10 minutes to explain the ins and outs of the situation and to tell the story of how I was offered $300 to travel more than halfway across the country and film for 4 days and edit all the footage, people generally understand and they're surprised. Oh, wow, really? What about the other video guys? How do they do it? I don't know. But this is the reality of the situation. And again, I've probably rambled for long enough, but just a few things I'll just say in closing, even though some of them will be repetitive, is it is still my dream job. I would still love to do it if it could be my job and I could still have free time to play disc golf. But the sport's just not there. And I guess my main hope in making this video is that enough people will see it, that hopefully I'll get asked this question less, because it has literally gotten to the point where, like, I'd rather go play less popular courses because I don't want to run into someone who makes me go through this again and again and again and again. Like, in the last year, I have probably explained all this, I don't know, 500 times, especially when I go to tournaments, you know, because then everybody's not around each other at the same time. People are coming in and going at different times, and, you know, one guy on my card might ask me, sorry about that, my screensaver came on, I hope this is still recording. You know, a guy on my card might ask me, Then some random people at Tournament Central might ask me, and then some spectator might ask me, and, you know, just... It's just gotten to the point where I honestly, I just wish people would stop asking. But on the other hand, I understand why people are asking, because they liked the videos. So now the experience of, like, I'm done with work, I'm going to go play some disc golf to relax, has become like, I hope I don't disappoint anyone today. I hope no one recognizes me today and asks me why I haven't been making any videos. To where, like, I go and I just try to play around by myself, and I don't even try to join in with groups if I'm by myself. Sometimes I would try to do that, but now more often than not, I just keep my head down and, like, just go play by myself. And it's kind of frustrating, you know, being in front of a computer all day working and wanting to use disc golf as my outlet to go relax for a while, and just take it easy and go throw discs through the trees, has now become like, I wonder who's going to ask me about my videos today. So, yeah, there's no good way to end this video, but that's why I'm not doing them right now. And no, I'm not quitting forever. I mean, maybe, but I'm not quitting because I didn't like doing it. I'm quitting, perhaps permanently, perhaps temporarily. I'm quitting indefinitely because it was a losing endeavor for me. I was using my own time and my own money, my own personal savings, my own computer, my own camera, my own equipment, my own video editing expertise to make it possible. While seeing that, you know, I've heard from so many people that they signed up to play a certain tournament because of my videos. And I've heard of so many people that they bought a certain disc because me and my guest commentator were mentioning how a certain pro in one of my videos was throwing it so well. So I guarantee you the videos help tournament participation. They help grow the sport. They help all the disc manufacturers. They help everyone make more money the following year. I saw a tournament I filmed was just one tournament with pros and AMs the same weekend. The year after I filmed it, there was so much interest in it that there were separate pro and AM weekends. I mean, maybe my video had nothing to do with that. I don't have any data to back that up, but it might have had something to do with it. I mean, several people at the tournament at the AM weekend where I played the following year when it was split up, after the year I filmed it, several people told me, I signed up to play this tournament because of your videos. I traveled across multiple states to play this tournament because of your videos. So I just feel like they help grow the sport. They help the companies, they help the tours, they help the tournament directors, they help the PDGA. How many people you think get into disc golf and sign up for the PDGA because of my videos or anyone else's videos? I'm one of them. I don't know if Jamie knows this, but Jamie from Spin TV, okay? I started watching Spin TV videos when I was first getting more into playing disc golf seriously, casually, as in not playing tournaments, but trying to be more than just, you know, throwing frisbees around and drinking beer. Like, I wanted to get good at it. So I started watching, you know, tutorial videos and clinic videos and tournament coverage videos. And it was watching Jamie's Spin TV videos back in, hey, look, I still have my PDGA page open here. I joined in 2013. So it was probably watching Jamie's videos in 2012 or 2013 that made me sign up for the PDGA. The PDGA's made $50 off of me every year since then. And, geez, I mean, I played, 15 tournaments in 2016, and not very many in 2015, as I mentioned, but some in 2014, some in 2013. All the discs I've bought, blah, blah, blah. That's just me. How many people like me are going down that same path now because of my videos or because of someone else's videos? How many hundreds or thousands of dollars are they spending on their PDGA membership and tournament entry fees and new discs and new bags and whatever else? You don't think video helps all of that? I don't know. Another tangent. This video has no direction. I'm sorry. So, anyway, to all my fans that I disappoint on a regular basis when I go to a disc golf course to play a casual round or a tournament, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I sound like a dick when you ask me, are you filming anything soon? And I just go, nope. And I carefully walk away. I'm not trying to be an asshole to you. And I really appreciate that you loved the videos. And I would love to keep doing the videos. But for all the reasons I've just gone through stating probably 17 different ways more than I needed to, because I do that. I can't keep it up. It's just, I just can't do it. I gotta spend my work time doing work that pays so I can spend my free time playing disc golf and playing the game that I love. The thing that is my escape from work. So, I don't know. That's the end of it. Maybe this video will not help in the least and people will still continue to ask me this question every time I go to a course. I don't know. Especially if it's this long. Maybe I'll make an edited version with just some bullet points. Put a URL on a business card. The 5-minute version of me explaining why I don't make videos anymore. Here's a card with a URL on it. Go to that address and watch the video. That'll explain why I'm not making videos anymore. Thank you. Is that any better? That probably makes me look like a dick too. The only thing that doesn't make me look like a dick is if I'm equally patient every time someone asks, even if it's the 10th person in one day at a tournament. Never 10 people in one day in a casual round, don't get me wrong. But at a tournament, that's definitely. The only way I can not seem like a dick is if I treat the 10th person who asks just like the first person who asks. No, I'm sorry, I'm not doing them, I'm kind of taking a break, here's why, blah, 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 blah. And I know that I don't do that, I'm definitely, more short with the 10th person who asked in a day than the first person. And I'm even short with people who are the first person to ask in a day because I may have been asked 10 more times in the previous week. And I feel bad about it. And it's added this uncomfortable element to what used to be such a good escape for me. Like, I seriously now wish when I go to a tournament or go play a casual round, like I wish I could just have a mask that made me look like someone else and not have my face or my voice. So people people recognize the voice too. Like they hear me one fairway over because I do all the commentating. It did all the commentating in PHP. People recognize the voice too. Hey, I recognize that voice. Pure Hyzer Productions. Whatever. Cool. Then they walk up and ask me about what I'm filming next. And then I shank my next drive into a tree. Could be my own fault that I did that anyway. But it's gotten tough. So I just needed to get this off my chest. I don't know if this is going to change anything. I don't know if anybody's even going to watch this video to the end because it's probably ridiculously long by now because I'm really bad at being concise unless I script something out and plan it better than I did this. But I couldn't make myself plan this. Every time I try to plan, like, here's what I want to talk about, I just wouldn't do it. But after yesterday, hanging out at an A-tier tournament all day waiting to get in and seeing new players come in for their tee times, new players come in off the course when they were finished, cycling through all day, people asking me on a pretty regular basis, I was like, I have to address this because I'm just really tired of answering that same question over and over and over. But at the same time, I'm really thankful for the fans, and I really feel like a dick for disappointing them one by one every time I tell someone, no, I'm not filming anything. Oh, really? I loved the videos. Why would you stop? Just disappointing people left and right. It's cool. So hopefully this clears something up, and hopefully you guys know that I still really appreciate all the support, and I hope everybody knows that if and when there's enough money in it for me to, like, at least break even from expenses and make minimum wage for my hourly time, I would love to at least have it be part of my job. You know, I still have other video editing clients. It doesn't have to be full time, but if I could just like not lose money every time I do it, then I would do it again in a heartbeat. Like I keep saying, it's my dream job. It still is. Just not my dream hobby. All right. To those of you who made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for sitting through my rambly rant. And I'll see you guys out on the course.